Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to learn how to cut a gather sleeve without elastic. If this is something that interests you, kindly watch this video to the end. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers, and subscribe if you haven't done so. So here is the main sleeve, which is going to serve as the base, and the length I'm working with is 5 inches plus half an inch for sewing allowance. I have 5.5, so I'm going to mark 5.5 here. Now for you to fold your sleeve, you're going to use half of your armhole measurement. So half of my armhole measurement is 8 inches, so I have 8 inches here on fold. So when I open it up, I will have 16 inches. So I also marked my calf sleeve of 3.5 inch, and then I connected it like this. So the next thing now is to measure out my armhole measurements. Okay, and you can see I have 8 inches, then 1 inch for joining allowance, and I'm going to mark my round arm measurement here plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Go ahead and mark it together and cut it up. Make sure your arm is not too tight, don't make it too tight. Okay, now I'm also going to add half an inch joining allowance to the armhole area here. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. After cutting it out, I'm going to place this on the fabric which is going to serve as the gathers. Now whatever your round armhole measurement is, you're going to cut ×2 of it on this fabric. Okay, you know my round armhole measurement is 16 inches plus sewing allowance of 2 inches. That will make it 18 inches. So ×2 of 18 inches is what I'm going to cut as the length, okay, as the width of this fabric. And the length, I added extra 4 inches to the length. Remember I cut out 5.5, so after adding extra 4 inches, the length is going to be 9. It's going to be 9.5 inches. Okay, so place the main base, place the base on the gathered fabric, on the fabric that is going to serve as the gathers. Place it like this because you are going to be cutting the armhole on the gathered fabric as well. I mean on the fabric you're going to use as the gathers. Go ahead and cut it out like this. So after cutting it out like this, you should have something like this. So what I will go and do now is to run a gather stitch to the lower part of the flowered fabric and a gather stitch to the upper part of this fabric. Now whatever thread you pick on this side is the same thread you are going to pick on the other side to run your gathers. So what I will go and do now is to go and sew the lower parts of these gathers to the lower part of the base we are working with. My base is the green fabric. Okay, so I'm going to sew the lower parts on each other like this. So this is how you are going to place it. You can see what I'm doing. You can use either side of the main base as the front and back. Okay, it does not matter. But what matter is just make sure that the sewing allowance will be covered by the time you stitch the upper part to the base. So right now I've stitched the sewing allowance on both the gathered fabric and the base, okay, so that I can have an inseam finishing. After I've gathered the lower part, I went ahead to stitch the side like this. You can see how I stitch the side. Then go ahead and turn it to the right side. So when you turn it to the right side, you can see that our seam allowance is hidden inside. Okay, is hidden inside, you can see it. So what I will go and do next now is to sew the other part to the armhole area using your armhole measurements, and the joining allowance should match up with each other, both the base and the gathered fabric. Okay, their sewing allowance should match each other, and then go ahead and sew the gathers around the armhole area of the sleeve using your armhole measurements. Okay, so I'll go and do that now and bring it back. So after sewing it, this is what I have. You can see how beautiful this sleeve is looking right now. So this is what you should have once you attach it together. So go ahead now and attach it to your blouse. So thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Okay, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.